but is going to get in there with all his guys. It's going to be 9 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's going to drop Jeremy down to 7 life. Replay that island and play Tarmogoyf of his own. I assume you got to assume that that Swords to Plowshares in Jeremy's hand just drew another one. Those two are what he needs to be a little safer in this game. Drew a Windswept Heath, so that's going to be able to get. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be either a Tundra or a Tropical Island. He has no more plains and no more forests in his deck. Only one of each of those basics, and of course 2 of the basic island. Jeremy mulls over his options. He's thinking of whether or not he can cast the Rock Swarm Monk this turn and then still live with just 1 Swords to Plowshares. Let's count out the damage. He's got Tarmogoyf, which is a 3/4, a 3/3 Curse Catcher that's unblockable, Lord of Atlantis. It's 3/3, it is blockable, and a 3/3 Merfolk Reedry. It looks like, I believe they passed the turn. Jeremy, that is. And a Wasteland is going to get rid of the Windswept Heath. There's another Wasteland in Tariq's hand, so...
Did Wasteland actually target the fetch line?
Yes.
We're forcing, I guess, I don't know where that actually... where that gets us.
I mean, he has another Wasteland in hand, Tariq, that is, so if he wants to get rid of that Tundra now, he's able to. But you've got to presume that Jeremy's got to have something, or else he's just dead to this attack. He's got to have at least 1 Swords to Plowshares. And that's what he does here. He's wasting the Tundra, and Jeremy's going to float away.
And we're going into combat, forces him to use that white mana right now. Seems like playing the... Oh, he doesn't have a Merfolk to reveal. Because... Is that 1/5? Seems like if Shazam, that's his name, right?
Tariq Zazam.
Oh, do I have his name backwards?
You have his last name, yeah. You got it backwards. His first name is Tariq, his last name is Zazam.
But if he actually had a Merfolk that he could have played, he could have used, the Ridgeway's ability to tap the Windswept Heath, and then, Wasteland, the landing that comes into play. Or Wasteland and Windswept Heath, if it's not used.
And so here is the second Swords to Plowshares, targeting Marrow Reedry before blocks. And see, here you can see the problem with putting dice in your Tarmogoyf. The Tarmogoyf now is a 4/5, but Jeremy has not updated his die, so things could start to get a little confusing. Jeremy untaps, draws a Windswept Heath. Not what he needed right here.
So what are we looking for here?
I don't know.
The Miracle card?
Swords to Plowshares, another one?
That gets rid of one of the guys.
I mean, he gets rid of the Lord of Atlantis, which makes his guys unblockable. I think he plays Rock Swarm Monk here and hopes to draw a Natural Order or something. See,
seems like a fine plan.
But he's taking 2 unblockable this next turn, gaining 3.
It's not really that big of a deal. You could take 2. You could take 2 for 1 more turn and still be alive.
Another Tarmogoyf comes off the deck for Tariq.
That really doesn't do much for Tariq. Tariq's looking to just end this game somehow. And
yeah.
The Tarmogoyf doesn't do it. But,
gets another attacker out there.
Doesn't hurt.
The best card here would probably be like another Lord of Atlantis. Because then he just wins here. He plays Lord of Atlantis, makes his Lord of Atlantis unblockable, and attacks him for 6 damage. But as is, he just plays another Tarmogoyf, attacks in for the 2 with a Curse Catcher, and passes the turn. End of turn, looks like Jeremy's going to go down to 1 with his fetch land, and hope to get something good.
Drum roll? We need a drum roll. I mean, I could use machine gun. It's close to a drum roll. It's not the same, though. we'll save Machine Gun for all of the Storm decks that kill with Grape Shot.
Sure. Or if somebody had Cunning Spark Mage Basilisk Carve. We didn't see that.
That's a Machine Gun too.
Yeah. So he goes and gets a Dryad Arbor with Windswept Heath. He's hoping to draw a natural order off the top, although his Progenitus is still in his hand. So he's hoping to draw Brainstorm into natural order. And draws a Tropical Island, a blank.
That is the blankiest of the blanks. Blankety blank blank.
And Jeremy goes ahead and scoops him up. So go to game 2 with Tariq leading 1-0. Let's take a look at these players' sideboards. Jeremy's sideboard includes 3 Gaddock Teague, 3 Fairy Macabre, 2 Trigon Predator, 2 Liaowan Cephalid Empress, 2 Path to Exile, 1 Tormod Script, 1 Relic of Progenitus, 1 Crozen Grip. What does Tariq have in his sideboard?
He has a Tormod Script, a Relic of Progenitus, Pithanito, 1 Hydro Blast, 1 Blue Elemental Blast, 3 Spell Pierce, 2 Waterfront Bouncers, 2 Crozen Grips, 1 Thread of Disloyalty, and 2 Ravenous Traps.
Sure. The Liaowan Cephalid Empress was a card I had to look up before coming here. It's 3 and a blue. It says when it comes to play, return all blue creatures your opponents control to their owner's hand, and your opponents cannot not cast any blue creature spells.
That seems like a dagger.
Seems really good against the Merfolk decks.
That would be the nail in the coffin.
Although the Tariq's running the Tarmogoyf, so it's not as bad as it is against mono blue Merfolk.
It's Tarmogoyfs. It's a deck. Both decks have the 4 Tarmogoyfs, but you know if what is it, Lawan? You know,
Lawan, yeah.
If the Lawan actually resolves, you know, the Merfolk deck is just turned off.
So what do you think Tariq's going to board over there?
I mean, I'm looking at his sideboard, and the only relevant card, maybe the Spell Piercers, if there are some bad spells. The Waterfront Bouncer is an option. It gives you something to do
for Progenitus. I guess not really.
Well, it doesn't even do anything.
Is there anything against Progenitus? There's just Spell Pierce.
Yeah, Progenitus doesn't do anything. I mean, it has protection from everything, so it's hard to have one card that actually does something. But we can look at what Tariq actually has that he can sideboard out. Maybe Curse Catchers are still pretty good, and maybe the Daisies come out. The Jitays have to stay. I don't think there's really anything in the sideboard that is specifically for this matchup. The 1 Thread
High Needle against Sensei's Divining Top.
That's probably something that can be boarded in.
Looking at Jeremy's sideboard, he's definitely bringing in those Liawans, Cephalid Empresses. He probably brings in a little more removal with Path to Exile. I'm not sure. He didn't see the Umezawa's G-Tape first game, so probably won't bring in that Corrosion Grip. But let's see what he can take out. Probably... The options of taking out, he's got G-Tay and Qasali Pride Mage and Rock Swarmmonk are probably his weakest cards. Maybe Daze also. But he wants to keep the Swords to Plowshares in against the Merfolk deck. I'm going to go see if I can get any updates from the floor from the other games. I'll be right back. Rashad, why don't you tell them about something?
Well, the players are drawing their hands, so we could just get the match could just start right now. So we're going to see how these players like their hands. Looks like there's still some. Looks like we got 2 keeps. It looks like we're going to have some magic.
Okay. Starts off with a turn 1 Sensei's Divining Top on Jeremy's side. And then a turn 1 Curse Catcher on Tariq's side. During his upkeep, Jeremy's going to take a look. For those of you wondering what the other matchups are, Ryan McKinney is playing against Colosso Fuentes. Ryan with the Reanimator deck. Colosso with a very similar Bant deck to Jeremy's. And then Alex versus Daniel Signorini. Alex playing a Zoo deck. Dan playing another Reanimator deck. And then the last match that we is not the one you're watching right now, is William Greer versus David Zhang. It's a Merfolk mirror match. So that produced another land for Jeremy. And looks like turn 2 for Tariq. He's gonna